We are the students of Dal Singh College, Delhi University, and we are here to discuss about racism in the fashion industry, which is one of the most hot and trending topic today.
First of all, for the racism in beauty industry, I would like to talk about the international racism that is prominent. In the international racism aspect, I would say that showcasing a particular ethnic group doesn't it doesn't showcase the group, it just sidelines the group in a certain way, because we are giving particular specific ads to particular models, and that is what that is something which is actually racism, and it's not showcasing it's not showing the diversity, it's just sidelining that particular group.
We have black models, but then maybe with the hair straightened, maybe with the eye color changed. So these are some of the facts that they change themselves to be a part of the industry.
Almost all the beauty advertisements we see, they have, tall, slim, fair skin, tall, slim, fair skin model. Because that standard of beauty has been defined, and and even the dark skin model that have been showcased, their skin tone has been lightened to a great extent.
One thing you people are not pointing out is the marketing thing. These creams and those beauty things, they make those advertisements for us. So don't you think that this mindset of racism is in our head? All of us want to use those cosmetic materials so that we might look fairer. So like, why do you call it racism in the beauty industry? Isn't it our own mindset that leads them, or that makes them make such kind of advertisements? Isn't it just the us?
All these models, they actually go through skin lightening treatments just to be a part of the industry, and so that they can get lead roles. And I actually don't like the concept of fair and lovely, because according to it, only the fair people are considered lovely.
And I second with your point. They portray the ads are portrayed like this, that a girl can get a man of her dreams if she get her skin lightened. So that is actually ridiculous and embarrassing, because they have distorted the whole concept of beauty for women. And
Yes.
as they say, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah.
So this phrase must be followed, I believe.
I actually read somewhere that the parents were forcing a child to get fair. If you don't get fair, you won't get the groom of your choice. And she was actually feeling guilty that she's not getting fair, and she committed suicide because of that.
The beauty industry is not to be blamed for whatever you people are talking about, that because it is our mindset, the general human mindset. Secondly, in India, I'm not talking about the word thing. In India, we have darker tone heroines, darker tone models, and that people are really proud of them, and they are really proud of them, and not all of them are going through those treatments. So the mindset is changing.
As you said that the fashion industry is not to be blamed solely, but I believe, yes, you are right in some case, but being in an industry, there are certain responsibilities when you portray something in front of the society.
One thing you people pointed out is that Priyanka Chopra, for example, she was not so fair when she became the Miss World, and now she has gone through the treatment.
She wanted to enter that fashion, because she wanted to enter that fashion industry, because she wanted to be accepted in that fashion industry. And
Yeah, the basic irony here is that the women of color are paying more into this industry, but they hardly have any products that's to celebrate their own natural beauty.
This is not only limited to the female models, but to the male models as well. Because every actor we see is fair skin. The ads like Fair and Handsome, yeah, they are a comparative. They're just like Fair and Lovely. So it's not just limited to the females. It is done for the males as well. It's just about the skin color. It has to be fair, so that yes, to get success, we hardly have a dark skinned male model or a male actor.
So that's my point. I'll add to it that even the darker skinned models are conforming to the beauty standards set up by the as she says, Eurocentric standards. The dark skin models are also confirming after they enter that field. They are also conforming to those beauty standards.
The ones who win are actually there to promote diversity. They're not given the prize by heart. They're not considered beautiful by the standards. Like there's like, oh, we're not racist. That's why we're giving her the prize. You know, whenever we see a dark skin model winning the Miss Universe and Miss World, we do not. Inside, there's somewhere deep inside us that they are not beautiful.
They actually, when they give it to the dark skinned people, they actually glorify the fact to gain to gain that sympathy or popularity, you can say.
It can be more of a sympathy as well to the black skinned people in this case, what I believe.
As a kid, we are always taught that to believe in those commercials of fair skin creams. But as we grow older, we actually think that the inner beauty lies within ourselves, and true beauty is subjective.
One thing people might have noticed that all of us who are going through these treatments, the actresses and the models, they themselves believe it, that they will look more pretty when they go through these exercises, but not everyone. And one thing I want to be like very frank with you all is that yes, it is the beauty industry that can change the mindset. If the beauty industry starts accepting all those wheatish tone people, then the change can start. Because we as Indians, we even see our goddesses as white skinned people. We don't give Kali Mata that much of importance in that part when we talk about beauty. So the beauty industry itself can bring this change, because it has to be a thought process change which will take a longer time.